Get ready, TrendPop is about to ignite your screen with the hottest headlines you need to know. First up, the shocking aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination is rocking the nation, sparking heated debates about cultural decay and even celebrations of violence. We're diving deep into the controversial remarks from Attorney General Pam Bondi regarding hate speech and what it means for free speech. Then, get ready for the explosive fallout surrounding Candace Owens, Bill Ackman, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, all tangled up in the legacy of Charlie Kirk. Plus, we're breaking down why Megyn Kelly is going off on Pam Bondi for her comments on criminalizing speech. You do not want to miss this. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the TrendPop fam. Cultural decay fuels violence, the Charlie Kirk fallout. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, the nation grapples with a disturbing trend: cultural decay manifesting as celebrations of political violence. Prominent leftist reactions to the tragedy have ignited fierce debates, with some figures even appearing to cheer on the violence. This deeply concerning development has led to a rush by various groups to their established viewpoints. We'll explore how some on the left might maintain their careers despite seemingly endorsing violence, highlighting the hypocrisy rampant in our current cultural landscape. The situation is further complicated by comments from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu concerning Kirk's legacy and a personal letter he received. Adding another layer, Candace Owens has weighed in on this letter and Kirk's complex views on Israel, prompting a revisit of Megyn and Kirk's own conversation on the topic from last month. Adding fuel to the fire, Attorney General Pam Bondi has controversially claimed that hate speech should be criminalized. This statement raises critical questions about the actual parameters of free speech and prompts discussions about punishing companies for their speech choices. The implications are vast, touching on fundamental rights and the very definition of acceptable discourse in America. Public reaction has been swift and divided, with many expressing outrage over the perceived normalization of violence and the potential erosion of free speech protections. Analysts are closely watching how these events will shape political discourse and legal interpretations moving forward. But what exactly constitutes hate speech, and where do we draw the line? The debate intensifies as we uncover more. Get ready, because next, we're dissecting the explosive controversy involving Candace Owens and a powerful statement from Benjamin Netanyahu. Owens, Netanyahu, and Kirk's lingering legacy, a deep dive. The aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination continues to cast a long shadow, bringing to light a complex web of controversy involving prominent figures like Candace Owens and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. At the heart of the storm are Netanyahu's recent comments regarding Kirk's enduring legacy, a subject that has drawn significant attention. Further complicating the narrative are Candace Owens' remarks concerning a personal letter Kirk had written to Netanyahu, which also touched upon Kirk's nuanced views on Israel. This has prompted a critical re-examination of Megyn Kelly and Charlie Kirk's own public discussion about Israel from just last month, adding historical context to the current furor. The public discourse surrounding these statements has been intense, with many questioning the motivations and implications of these high-profile figures' interventions. Social media platforms are ablaze with debate, and commentators are dissecting every word for deeper meaning and potential political fallout. Could these statements reshape international relations and domestic political alliances? The stakes are higher than you think. Stay tuned as we confront another alarming development: Pam Bondi's controversial stance on criminalizing speech. Pam Bondi under fire: is hate speech now criminal? In the charged atmosphere following Charlie Kirk's assassination, the debate over free speech and cancel culture has reached a fever pitch, especially with a growing list of individuals facing professional repercussions for their reactions to the tragedy. Attorney General Pam Bondi has ignited a firestorm with her assertion that hate speech should be criminalized, drawing a stark and troubling distinction between free speech and this newly defined category. Bondi has stated that the Department of Justice will actively target those accused of engaging in hate speech, a stance that has sent shockwaves through legal and civil liberties circles. During an appearance on the Katie Miller podcast, Bondi declared, "There's free speech and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie in our society." When pressed about potential arrests, she emphatically responded, "We will absolutely target you. Go after you if you're targeting anyone with hate speech, anything." This declaration has been met with widespread criticism, particularly from conservatives who argue it fundamentally misunderstands and undermines First Amendment protections. Megyn Kelly, among others, has strongly condemned Bondi's remarks, calling them dumb and a dodge. Kelly argued that Bondi failed to grasp basic constitutional principles, noting, "We on the right do not crack down on hate speech. We don't believe in that nonsense. There's this pesky document called the Constitution that doesn't allow it." Bondi's subsequent attempt to clarify her position by stating, "Hate speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected by the First Amendment. It's a crime," was seen by critics as insufficient and a continued misrepresentation of legal standards. Adding to the controversy, Bondi also suggested that employers have an obligation to get rid of people who are saying horrible things, citing an incident where an Office Depot employee refused to print flyers for a Charlie Kirk vigil. This position has been challenged by legal experts who assert that businesses do not have a legal obligation to print all materials, and that government prosecution in such cases is inappropriate. Public reaction has been a mix of outrage and disbelief. Many legal scholars and commentators have pointed out that hate speech is not a defined legal category in the U.S., and that the First Amendment protects even offensive speech unless it incites imminent lawless action. The implications of Bondi's statements for free expression are a major concern for civil liberties advocates nationwide. Could this push to criminalize speech be a slippery slope with far-reaching consequences? The fight for free expression is far from over. Up next, we reveal the ultimate verbal showdown as Megyn Kelly unleashes her fury on Pam Bondi's controversial statements. Megyn Kelly unleashes on Pam Bondi, "Dumbest thing AG could say." In a fiery response to Attorney General Pam Bondi's controversial remarks about cracking down on hate speech following Charlie Kirk's murder, Megyn Kelly did not hold back, using an expletive to condemn what she called the dumbest thing you can say as an attorney general. Bondi's pledge to prosecute hate speech violators, regardless of political affiliation, has ignited widespread backlash, with critics arguing it directly contradicts the First Amendment's guarantee of free speech. The Attorney General made these remarks during an appearance on former White House official Katie Miller's podcast. Kelly pointedly questioned Miller's line of questioning, stating, "What kind of a question is that? It was completely teed up in a way that sounds like a lefty. Are you going to crack down on hate speech? What the F **K? That is not a question that a conservative would ask." Kelly further critiqued Bondi, suggesting she clearly doesn't, and she doesn't understand the conservative movement, or she would not have asked that question. She emphasized that conservatives do not support cracking down on hate speech, referencing the Constitution. Bondi's statement that there's free speech and then there's hate speech. "We will absolutely target you. Go after you if you are targeting anyone with hate speech," drew sharp criticism from various conservative commentators, including Eric Erickson and Matt Walsh, with some calling for Bondi's dismissal. Even Fox News chief political analyst Brit Hume weighed in, noting that so-called hate speech, repulsive though it may be, is protected by the First Amendment. Hollywood conservative actor Rob Schneider echoed this sentiment, stating, "If free speech means anything, it's the freedom to say things that other people may loathe." Bondi attempted to defend her position on X, asserting, "Hate speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected by the First Amendment. It's a crime." However, critics, including Megyn Kelly, felt this explanation was insufficient, arguing that Bondi should have simply stated that threats of violence are illegal without prefacing it with the problematic hate speech qualifier. The public reaction has been one of significant concern. Many view Bondi's comments as a dangerous overreach and a misunderstanding of fundamental American legal principles, while Bondi's defenders point to the need to combat dangerous rhetoric, especially after politically motivated violence. Will Pam Bondi's controversial stance lead to a chilling effect on free expression? The debate rages on, and the implications are profound. But before we go, a lightning-fast recap of all the top stories you need to know. That's all the news that's fit to print on TrendPop today. We covered the cultural fallout from Charlie Kirk's assassination and the ensuing debate over violence and hate speech. We also dove into the explosive controversy surrounding Candace Owens, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Charlie Kirk's legacy. Plus, we broke down Megyn Kelly's strong reaction to Attorney General Pam Bondi's comments on criminalizing speech. Don't miss out on future updates. Like this video, subscribe to TrendPop, hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.